Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Tati, and I just finished watching ROH. This is actually episode 12, so 12 weeks of Ring of Honor, and I am loving the fact that they're back at Universal Studios. It really does make a difference. I feel like we get to see much more and things get to flow much better when they're at Universal versus, having a show taped before Dynamite. First match, we had Rey Fenix versus Gringo Loco. Gringo Loco been having really great matches at ROH these past few weeks. Every week we get to see much better of him. I do not believe that he is signed with Tony Khan or anything, but if he isn't, y'all need to snatch him up. He's doing such a great job. This first match here was a really great match to start off the show. Really great energy. It was fun. They had an intensity that I think the crowd was really digging, and you really heard the crowd come alive. And it's not something that I feel like we hear a lot with the smaller audience. Sometimes they're super quiet, and then sometimes they're really behind the match. And with this match starting off the show, it was the perfect choice. Now, I don't know what's going on with Penta, if he's injured or whatnot, but we've been seeing Rey in single action for quite some time now, but that's okay. I do believe we're going to get that match with Claudio, with Willow versus the Lucha Brothers really soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but to be honest, there's not much going on with the Lucha Brothers being tag champions, but I do see a little bit of improvement with tag teams in ROH this week. Really great match to start off the show. This is one of the best matches of the night. There are a couple of other really great matches, but if you haven't watched the show, this one is definitely one to watch. Next, we had Willow Nightingale versus Maddie Winkowski, and this match was okay. It was more on the shorter side, and basically just to make Willow look good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. It was okay. We've seen much better from Willow. Next, we had the Wingmen versus the Iron Savages. Now, this wasn't the best match. However, I do feel like the Iron Savages haven't been looking so great with ROH or with AEW, because they did have some matches on AEW Dark. But this time was the first time in quite some time that we get to see them being used in a much better way. I did like how they look tonight. So, previously they were Bear Country, and now they're the Iron Savages. So I do think that the name and the look is much better than what it was before. We're working somewhere with Iron Savages where they're getting better. They do have some great chemistry together as a team. Only thing here I can say is that this match, it wasn't a squash match, but obviously they're going against the Wingmen, and the Wingmen are known for losing in AEW. I would have liked to see a little bit more from both teams so that the Iron Savages could look much better winning this match. They do take the win here, but I do wish that they would have either been with another team, going against another team, or they could have had a much better match with the Wingmen. Either way, I like where they're going with Iron Savages. Let's give them some time so they could build up their little stable here. Next, we had more tag team action with Cole Carter and Zach Clayton versus Christopher Daniels and Mike Seidel. For this one here, this was actually a good match, but let me just put this out there. I do think that because of Chris and Matt being veterans and being really, really great workers and having great chemistry, because, they've tagged plenty of times before, that really helped elevate this match. Now, I really do like Cole Carter when he's doing singles action. Zach Clayton, to be honest with you, I'm not really sure about him. He's not bad, but I do watch Jersey Shore, so I always thought he just wanted to be a wrestler for some type of clout or whatever. So at the moment, I don't take him so seriously, but they actually look really good here. They did decide to be a tag team recently, and them working with veterans, I think that really made them look really, really good. Had it been with another team, I don't think it would have been as great. Great chemistry with all four of these guys in the ring, and with everybody as a tag team. But unfortunately for Cole and Zach, things fell short for them. And to be honest, I thought they were going to get the win because they're a newly formed team. And we have seen Christopher and Matt help put other people over while losing a match. But this is another great example of putting another team over and taking the win. I really enjoyed this match, and I do see improvement with Cole and Zach. I did enjoy this a lot. Next, we had Lady Frost versus Miranda Alizee. This right here, it wasn't the best match. However, it was entertaining and there was a really great energy with these girls. I really am seeing improvement. For some reason, I just feel like sometimes when you pair one girl with another girl, the chemistry is not there. I did see that there were chemistry between these two girls. They could have put on a better match, and perhaps it could have gone a little bit longer. Surprisingly, this is the second women's match tonight. We actually have a third, and for the most part, we always get two. And on AEW programming, we get only one. And I'm surprised we got three tonight. I really want to see some improvement with the girls in ROH. They have a really, really great women's champion, and I feel like she's done such a great job. She doesn't have to be on every night, and all the other girls are really going to have to put their best foot forward so that they can match that energy and that level of Athena. And with this match, I'm starting to see a little bit of a difference, like a little pick-me-up with the girls in ROH. So I'm really, really excited to see where that goes. It's definitely going to get better than what's going on with AEW. But either way, this match was okay, but I like the energy that the girls are bringing. And I hope that we get to see a lot much better when it comes to the ROH women's division. Lady Frost takes the win. I enjoyed this match. It's okay. Next, we had more tag team action with Angelico and Supranta versus Eli, Ison, and Cheeseburger. To be honest with you, I was disappointed. I felt like something was really off on here. Sometimes, so let me just put it this way. Angelico had a really, really great match last week. Cheeseburger has been great as well. And sometimes they're just better off in singles competition. I hate when they have like a little bit of momentum and they seem to be up, and then they put them in teams, and then now it brings it back down. This is one of those situations for me. I didn't really enjoy this match. We did have interference with Luther, who was ringside for the Spanish Announce Project. I just felt like this was one of those matches they just put together just to put together. Maybe if this match had a little bit more time, we might have seen better things from everybody. It just really feel like something that was thrown in last second. Either way, Spanish Announce Project ends up winning, and I don't really like this because Angelico had a really great match last week, and coming from there to this, it definitely put him down a little bit in my book. I didn't really like this. Alright, y'all, on to my favorite match of the night, Saber Jr. versus AR Fox. Oh my gosh. These two are already super, super talented. I've never seen them together in the ring. That's probably the first time. Their chemistry was absolutely great. You got to see really great technical styles from both of these guys. And if you know me, you know how much I love technical wrestling. However, we got a mix of high flying as well from AR Fox. And everything just flowed so well in this match. I do believe that the New Japan TV title was on the line. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember hearing that. Even whether or not that's the case or not, Zach ends up winning this match. However, it was so good. So two things here. AR Fox, he's super talented. He's been having, every match that he's had in ROH so far has been absolute bangers. Like, damn near A+ matches. And the issue with him here is that he's not a great talker. He's the guy who trains a lot of other really great guys, but never really had made a name for himself. And I feel like this is a time, hopefully somebody's working with him to get him to talk better and to be able to portray himself better. He have a potential of being a monster baby face, and you know, he's really well received from the fans, but he just needs more. And like I've been saying, you know, AEW, ROH, they have lots of great wrestlers, but needs more superstars. And if they really work with AR Fox with getting him to talk, man, the sky's the limit with this guy. So I really enjoyed this match. One of my favorite matches so far of the year. And Aaron Fox, he's been doing so well. Saber Jr. as well. I really enjoyed his match at New Japan Collision. It was super, super good. These two right here have really great chemistry, but we're going to see more of Zach in ROH. Right after that match, we have Samoa Joe who comes out, and it looks like they want to have a battle between the TV champions. And I was like, holy shit, that's pretty cool. I don't mind seeing that. But then Christopher Daniels and Matt Seidel come out. They also want title shots too from both these guys. But first, what's going to happen is that they're going to have a tag team. We're going to see Zach and Samoa Joe on one team, and then we're going to have Christopher Daniels and Matt Seidel in another team. So that's going to be super interesting to see these guys team up and go against each other, and then have different variations of all four of these guys going against each other for their TV titles. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Great booking. Love it. Up next, we had Gates of Agony versus Dalton Castle and the boy. Obviously, we know that one of the boys has been put into the hospital by getting attacked. Most likely, we already know that it's definitely was the embassy who did it, although we have not seen this physically happen. Now, I enjoyed this match. Dalton Castle, he is off the rockers, but he's a great wrestler as well, and I really enjoy seeing him in the ring. He does something where his energy is so fun, and even when he going against serious competitors like Gates of Agony, you can still have fun watching his match. Now, with this here though, I do want to give some props to Gates of Agony. I felt like they showed up and showed out as a tag team. You know, I've been complaining about the 6-man tag champions and how there's a lack of them, you know, being together, and also a lack of them having great matches. And finally, we got to see really great chemistry with the Gates of Agony, and them going against a really good team with Dalton Castle and the boy, which was Brandon. I don't know, perhaps his brother Brent is sick or injured or whatever the situation is, but I know from here we're definitely going to have a trios match. I would not be surprised if we see Dalton Castle and the boys versus the embassy for the trios title at the next pay-per-view. I cannot think of it at this moment, but I won't be surprised if that's what's going to happen, because it does seem like this is going to play out. I love Prince Nana being ringside. He always have great energy. Oh, another thing that I wanted to say about them being in Universal. With them being in Universal, oh my gosh, you can hear everything. You can hear the wrestlers talking, and that's not always a good thing. So sometimes it's like whatever, and then sometimes it's not that great. It's a smaller place, and it seems like the microphones are just much more louder, and it's not always a good thing. But either way, I did enjoy this match. I think the Gates of Agony is looking much better now that we got to see them as a team, and it wasn't a squash match for once, and they did really great. Obviously, Dalton Castle and Brendan, they did a great job too, but we are used to seeing them work together for quite some time. I did enjoy this, and I'm really hoping it goes up from here for Gates of Agony and the whole embassy all together. I did enjoy this match. Check it out. Next, we had the Horsemen and Shane Taylor versus Ricky Gibson, Eddie Pearl, and Shaft. And let me just say this right now. I ain't care for this. Shane Taylor and the Horsemen take the win. However, Anthony Henry needs to be by himself. Shane Taylor, he needs to be back with his group. I do think we saw them one time last year, I want to say. I think it was against Swerve in Our Glory, something like that. I don't know what it is. I just feel like they put people in teams because they're not ready to put people out on their own. And I can understand that, but I feel like some people just don't need it. And with the Horsemen, that's a perfect example. Anthony Henry needs to be by himself. Shane Taylor, he could do bad by himself as well, but I would prefer to see him with Shane Taylor Productions rather than with the Horsemen. I feel like that would just be better to stick with what you know than just putting people with other people. I didn't really care for this. Now, we had another women's match, and it was Mercedes Martinez versus Ashley D'Amboise. This was great. I love Mercedes. Thank God they got her back in the ring with ROH. We haven't seen her since she lost the ROH women's title. And she's definitely one of those girls that we need right now because, like I've been saying, the women's, they need a little bit more to match up Athena's level. And I do see Mercedes Martinez being one of that. She has a great presence. She's awesome in the ring. I really enjoyed Ashley, but I don't think she's signed with AEW or ROH or whatnot. But she does great work, whether she's, you know, within this company or any other company. You can literally see her at any time at any other company. She's awesome. But Mercedes is definitely somebody I'm really glad they picked up to come back on the show. This was a really great match with the ladies. This was the best match with the women's tonight out of all three matches. I really did like their chemistry. And Mercedes, she's one of those women who come in the ring and get shit done. And you won't forget it. I definitely enjoy everything that she has. So I really hope we get to see Mercedes and Athena in the ring together in the near future. I'm really hopeful for ROH Women's Division. And for the main event, we had the Kingdom versus Darius Martin and Action Andretti. This was a fight without honor match. So basically, this is Ring of Honor version of a no DQ match. And I really enjoyed this. The fans in the arena really enjoyed this. They were behind this. While I do think this was a very good match, I have a complaint. When it comes to these type of matches, especially no DQ matches, with these guys, especially Darius and Action Andretti or whatever, they have a thing where it's going from one spot to the next spot, to the next spot, to the next spot. And all it is it's a lot of look at me do this cool move type of thing. I don't mind it, right? However, I felt like when they do that, it's less wrestling and just more of look at me do this stunt or whatever. And I don't like that per se. I just feel like it just takes away from them really showing their ability as wrestlers. You know, maybe other people might not see this. I'm not trying to take away from what they did in the match. I did find it enjoyable. But after a while, it's like, okay, let me see, you know, y'all go for a little bit without having to incorporate pipes and tables and chairs and all this other shit that you guys got going on. I just want to see some wrestling in between it. And I felt like that was what was lacking. This could have been match of the night had there been a little bit more wrestling in the ring. But I really did enjoy this. Now, I really thought the Kingdom was going to end up taking this win. Darius and Action Andretti actually have really, really great chemistry. I joked about it in one of my other reviews, like Action Andretti kind of being like Darius and Dante's cousin type of thing. And they really do have really great chemistry with each other in the ring as partners. So we know Dante is going to be gone for a while after that nasty leg injury that he had at the Super Card of Honor pay-per-view. So we're going to be seeing them tag for a while. Now, I do think that maybe at some point there might be going for the tag titles. To be honest, I think the Kingdom would be a better choice when it comes to going for the tag titles. But if this is based on wins, losses type of thing, then it would be Action Andretti and Darius Martin. That would be a step closer to the ROH tag titles. I think everybody had a really great energy in this match. I loved it that the crowd came alive even at the end of the show. But like I said, I wanted to see a little bit more wrestling and less going from spot to spot to spot. Either way, great match. Darius and Action Andretti takes the win, and after that they shook hands. So that was a little surprising to see that they actually show some honor at the end of the match. But as far as which of these teams is more ready to be champion, it's definitely the Kingdom for me. I would prefer to see them. They've been working really hard, both these teams. And when Dante got hurt, Action Andretti, you know, he just picked up the pieces and rolled with it with Darius. So I really enjoy that, how they're able to have really great chemistry together. I enjoyed the show for the most part. There were some parts that were like, let me get up and go get a snack or whatever. But I do enjoy the fact that they're back at the Universal Studios and the show is flowing much better. 2 hours of wrestling, not that 1 hour bullshit they tried us with a couple of weeks ago. Everything is flowing really well. I have high hopes for Ring of Honor. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review. I'll be back tomorrow with Rampage. Rampage starts at 6:30 tomorrow. That is just so early in the day. But for those of us who ain't got nothing to do on a Friday, we will be watching. And I'll be back with my review on that. Thanks for watching. Bye.